Good afternoon. Can I ask everyone to please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please take your seats. And welcome. Thank you for coming to our ribbon cutting dedication ceremony of the Farmingville Hills Chamber of Commerce headquarters. My name is Gary Carruthers. I am the Chamber Treasurer, and I was the chairman of our opening ceremony committee. I'd like to welcome all our guests, chamber members, Farmingville residents, our elected officials. Thank you all for coming out and showing your support. At this point, I'd like to introduce the members of the Farmingville Hills Chamber of Commerce Board. Our director, Nevin Bakia. Our first vice president in charge of membership, Marissa Pisa. Unable to attend today is our second vice president in charge of programming, Denise Fisher. Our recording secretary, Tom Law. And our chamber president, Michael Wentz. And before I have Mike come up, there's one more person I'd like to recognize today. He's been kind of absent for our last couple of events and meetings while he was recovering, but he's back with us today. Frankie J. Frank Pisa. Frank is the original residential membership of the Chamber. The Chamber is not just for businesses. We're also open to residents. So if you're interested, see us inside. And at this point, I'd like to turn it over to our president, Mike Wentz.
Thank you, everyone. I'm glad, I called in a few favors to have it nice, but not this nice. Thank you, everyone, for coming out here. I'm still, in a phase, like a dreaming phase, because the building you see behind us, the original idea started 14 years ago, right? And 14 years ago, where it had a lot of time for the project to get derailed, a lot of time for it to be postponed even longer, or say, you know what, it's just not in the cards, right? And there's a lot of people, right? Many of the people that are sitting behind me are elected officials. Mike Kelly, who was not able to come here, he was the one that originally started this whole vision, started this whole plan. BRP Properties and Skycore, they came over and they partnered up and now run the Arboretum, and they held true to the promise. When they were taking over the project, they met with Mike Kelly, they met with the Farmingville Hills Chamber of Commerce Board, and they said, so what is it you're expecting? And we talked about how pivotal this part is going to be, how important this building is going to be for this community, to create a downtown, to create a walkable community, to create a nice, beautiful, you're sitting here in a 10-acre landscaped arboretum, right? If anyone's wondering, that's what 1,000 lavender bushes look like, all right? So this place, for the exception of the geese, which some people like, but luckily through hard work, you guys have a clean path to be on right now. But, when you guys all come inside, you're going to see how great and how beautiful this is, right? The Chamber of Commerce was created in 2011. The plan started in 2008. 2010, the town of Brookhaven put together a redevelopment plan, said, okay, based on the community feedback, based on professionals, this is what we're going to work on. This is what we're going to strive to. And I said, one of the missing elements is the Chamber of Commerce. There is no businesses involved in this. You got a lot of residents, you got a lot of passion, you got a lot of soul behind this, you got a lot of, elected officials to say, yeah, we want to see this happen. We didn't have that business community. And so I took it upon myself. I started doing all the research. I looked at what it takes to incorporate it, to insure it, to get it off the ground. And it's just great to see that here in 2024, that the dream has become a reality. And what's great about it is that we also could not do this without the board that Gary had mentioned. We couldn't do it without the members that we have, right? We have right now, Marissa, I think we're at 176.
177.
177, 177 members right now. Right? We also want to think about the magnitude of this. it's not common for a Chamber of Commerce to have a facility like this, to have a location like this, right? If you look at the ones that have it, okay, you're looking at Patchogue, 400 plus members, Huntington, 400 plus members, Town of Smithtown, right? So obviously that's our goal now, right? Is to get up to 400, okay? And to do that without an established downtown, to do that without a waterfront, to do that without decades and decades of history of events, right? But we're going to do that because the group of volunteers that are behind us, the group of volunteers that make up our membership, the 176 that all pitch in to say, you know what, this is something, right? Farmingville Hills, there's a reason why Farmingville Hills Chamber of Commerce has been voted the best chamber of commerce on Long Island for the last 10 years, the best networking group, okay? And again, this is that testament. So I definitely, it's hot, I'm going to wrap it up, but I definitely want to thank everyone for coming out for this historic event. And just wait, the sky's the limit for us in the next 5 years and 10 years. We're already planning a present decorating. We want to do events like a pumpkin picking event, an egg roll event, or whatever in this area. It's going to be really great, and it's just going to be the center. It technically is. If you think about it, if you actually look at this on Farmingville as a map, this particular property is exactly the center from east to west of the Farmingville. So this property here, this building here, is the true heart of Farmingville. So thank you all very for coming out, and now I'm going to turn it over to Tom.
Thank you all for coming. I am the recording secretary for the Chamber of Commerce. I live in Farmingville, moved here in 2014. My plan is to retire in this community. So getting a building like this is monumental. We hope that it becomes the cornerstone of our community. One of the most important pieces of the Chamber of Commerce is our communication with our elected officials. As you'll see behind me, we have the support of all levels of government. With that, I'd like to ask Suffolk County Executive Ed Romaine to say a few words.
Thank you. I had the good fortune in 2012 to become the supervisor of the town of Brookhaven. We got involved early on with this project, and with Mike Kelly, who's a very enthusiastic, principled guy, and with the chamber. A little certificate for the Farmingville Hills Chamber, and this is a milestone that marks a significant achievement for this organization and for this community. Thank you, Michael, for your leadership and for all the members of the chamber.
Well done, Mike. Well done.
Marissa, right in here. You have the other hands on it. You two should have the hands. I'm watching. I'm watching the two leaders. Yeah.
3, 2,
1.